Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Halftime with K Bizzy, episode 44 today. Can't believe, me and Bob Calvery, the guest today, we talked about it toward the end of the episode. Like, we're on episode 44, bro. That's crazy. We got Bob Calvery joining us on the podcast, as you guys already know. We had him on last year for episode 9, and he was working on his Skinscore application / website, and, he wanted to provide something to the CS community where it was all about, rating skins. And if you make crafts or you have crafts and you're really into skins like that, well, then you go to Skinscore and you can have your stuff rated, and it's like like a game almost, but it's like an achievement as well. So fast forward 8 months later, here we are. Skinscore is officially out, and amazing. It's just amazing. And Bob Calvery got a little bit of help here and there, but this project was mainly done by him. Like 95% of this project was done by him, and it's pretty amazing to see someone be able to tackle this in a little bit over a year. I mean, that's crazy. Anyways, we get to talking about quite a lot of stuff today. I don't want to spoil too much because it is a really good listen, and this guy deserves as much praise as humanly possible. He's done amazing things. So we'll touch on all of this stuff in the podcast. If you're new to the podcast, we do podcasts every single Friday. We've been fortunate enough to host guests such as big guys like Franz J, Doo-Wop, Launders. Next week we got Anders, Gooseman, the co-creator of Counter-Strike. Like we've touched a lot of bases, so this podcast definitely has at least one episode for anybody, really anybody at all. So make sure you guys go check out my other platforms. Again, we release podcasts every single Friday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or right here on YouTube. We just came out with a line of merch not too long ago. We still have some stock there too. We got some shirts, we got some beanies, we got some posters, we got everything to keep you covered. We're currently working on more stuff as we speak, but everything is I'm a one-man crew myself. Shout out to Bob Calvery. So we're working on it. But yeah, we're gonna get right into today's episode. Thank you guys very, very much, and enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe too, please. After I sent the raid and then went over, and I was like, bro, it is fucking turning up in here. It felt crazy to watch, dude.
It really was.
Awesome stuff, man. So I'm excited to have you back on the podcast because, as we talked about last night on stream, your first appearance on the show was 8 months ago, which is pretty crazy to think that it's been that long already. And, you were still kind of getting started with Skinscore, and, you've come a long way since then. And, if you just look through I don't know if you take screenshots of the months as they go on and the development and stuff like that, but you've done a lot of work. So, I kind of wanted to start things off by having you tell the people, how you feel. Like, this must feel very accomplishing. And, when you look at your Twitch chat, just supporting like crazy, like I want to know how that feels for you.
It feels really fucking weird, especially since its release now. It unexpectedly feels empty because before it was always that next thing, right? That next thing to fix. Oh no, there's an issue, or for example, the prices aren't working well. How can I fix this? There's always this little thing lingering in my mind. And now there's nothing. It's all done. So it feels almost like empty, but not that much in an accomplishing way. More like in an awkward, empty way. Because for a year, I always had this next thing to kind of stress myself with. And now it's not there anymore. It feels like something is missing.
Yeah, when you have all these things on the go, all these little improvements and these new features and stuff that you want to work on, and then suddenly there's nothing, do you feel like you hit a wall maybe, or is it kind of just like shit, I got to go back to the drawing board, and there's always going to be stuff to do, I'm sure, but what should be the next thing, what are your approach? What is your approach to the next updates? I don't know. It's crazy.
I feel for the first time in I think 8 months, and that's going back to the official the first development stages of the app, when I was still coming up with new stuff. For the very first time, it's not like I'm heading there. It's I could do that. And it's really refreshing because in a way, like it's I'm well. First of all, I'm no longer in a stress because I'm not trying to release for a certain date anymore. It's more like I finally get to kind of lay low for a bit
Like
and just
breathe a little.
yeah, do some things and like come up with actual new stuff. So, I've got a couple of ideas already. There's a couple of things that I find that are missing,
Okay.
especially on the databases of the app right now. I feel like there could be some extra filters to make your life easier. So I'm definitely gonna visit that. But then again, that's a fix that's gonna be take me like 1 hour top to make.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So like, I mean, there's little things every now and then that I find that I'm like, okay, I could improve that. But no, I really, I think I've come up with some really really cool things that have not been done on a website yet that I want to start doing. I'm just not gonna say it out loud because
Yeah,
this
yeah,
idea
okay.
might
A
get stolen.
little bit of a
But
secret for the time being. Okay.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I just don't know how long it'll take me to make that. Mostly because I'm kind of like I'm relaxing a little bit. I'm taking it easy.
Yeah, for sure, man. You deserve to. I mean, you've been killing it consistently for like you've been doing this just over a year now, right?
Yeah, I think a year and 2 months soon. Since as the time we're recording this, we are now early March.
Yes, that's right.
So yeah.
And you're the only person that works like on your Twitch and Skinscore and everything you do is like you're a one-man show, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, at some point in Skinscore's development, I had some contributors. So people that especially in stages when I was like really getting a lot of work done, like reworking the app, in stages that I reworked the app. So that's like 2.0.
Okay.
2.0 when we like programmed the Twitch bot, like we went from just a regular ass fucking application that you had to do everything manually to like an application with a Twitch bot, an API, and a database. I had someone come and help me when we started looking into releasing the app, we rewrote the Twitch bot and a lot of things. So I had Monkey Business help me and Shadow. And I had Coyote help me for SSL. But for the most part, like Skinscore is an application of around 60,000 lines of code.
Oh my
And
god.
I wrote around like 59,500. They wrote around 500 total combined.
Oh my god. That's insane, dude. Like
Maybe
holy.
Monkey Business more like 1,000 though. More like I'm rethinking that. Monkey Business actually wrote quite a bit of like codes. I think he has 1,000, so I'd have like 58,000.
I can't even wrap my head around this. Like I mean, I understand like the lines of code and like that's an insane amount of coding. But like I think we touched on this in the first episode. I got thrown into it actually in high school, some advanced I forget the term, the correct term for it, but it was like advanced computer programming part 2. I had never taken the part 1, let alone, the easier one. Now they're throwing me into the most complex one and it's the part 2 and like that was a real eye opener of like people like you who do all of this stuff with a little bit of help, but like the vast majority of it is all you. Like I just have so much respect for you guys because I don't understand. Like it's actually incredible.
Thank you. I mean, and if I might add also, it like looking back now that it's all over, I did like, of course, when I released the video, really like announcing the release date of Skinscore, I it was really weird because for the first time I actually looked back. And then I realized, wait, how made this? How the fuck did I do that? That was way too ambitious. Like, how the fuck did I even get there? And it's always like I kind of realized that with almost tears in my eyes because then it was finally the end, and I kind of realized, wait, it was just that mentality of always like looking small pieces by small pieces, like I mentioned earlier, it was always this next thing. It was never all of these things. It was always that next thing. And yeah, I guess that's how we do it. I don't know. I still don't understand how it fucking happened. It was so fast.
It's wild, man. And, in 1 year's time, like, depending on how you look at it, 1 year is a long time and 1 year is a short time. But to do everything you've done in 1 year, I think that's a short amount of time to accomplish all of that and have, already established, a very, prominent community surrounding it. It's really crazy. It's awesome, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
So before we touch base on the new features of the site, I kind of wanted to, I mean, you kind of spoke on it a little bit, but I wanted to ask you how you envisioned all of this. Like when you think about it 8 months ago and your plans that you had for the site today, like did everything kind of come together how you wanted it to, or was there stuff that you didn't get to that you're going to revisit later, or did this just like pave itself really good for you? Like, was this everything you wanted?
Um, I gotta be real. Like the idea was that it was gonna release, but I had no fucking clue what I was doing. I had no clue where I was heading. So it just I kind of I kind of improvise everything, and like the way it went down is I was like, well, that'd be a cool challenge to program. Take for example the fact that every card has some encrypted data in them, so that you're able to like verify that they're authentic. No one's messed with them.
Sure.
That was just me being like, I like to kind of do cryptography. And I mean, I had heard of like this thing called steganography, which is like you hide data in the pixels, essentially.
Okay.
And I was like, I mean, I want to try to do that. And I did. And then I was like, wouldn't it be cool if you could just like search on a website for like really good crafts with a price? And like maybe like Cato 15. I want to see like the best Cato 15 crafts. And then I was like, well, I could do that with Skinscore. So I did it. And then the cards trading, it was like, oh, yeah, they're cards. Maybe these should be tradable. Like it's just constantly like small fucking ideas that just arrived in the gist of it. You get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And it snowballs into this big picture that you've now created.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was never like I think initially of the release for me, the only idea I had was like the leaderboard. I
Oh,
wanted to
wow,
like
okay.
make it accessible to people because I mean back then by the way, the command doesn't exist, but the only way to see the leaderboard was to either have me pull it up on stream or to type a very long fucking comment that no one remembered, like let alone people have trouble remembering how to remove a specific submission, and that's like three things. That's like submission space remove space one or two, and everyone fucking forgets that one. So imagine one that was like exclamation mark leaderboard space global space that name.
Man, dude. Holy
It never
shit.
fucking worked, bro. It never worked. It was dog shit. So yeah.
This episode of Halftime with K Bizzy is brought to you in part by PriceEmpire.com. PriceEmpire.com is absolutely loaded with essential tools for any skin enthusiast. Whether it be their blog, their price comparison app, the trending deals, or your personal inventory tracker, I mean, Price Empire really has it all. PriceEmpire.com is trusted by more than 1 million users on Trustpilot to ensure everybody that it is a fair and legit website. PriceEmpire.com is linked in the description. Go step your skins game up today. So your features, like I want to let you say what they are because you told me what they are in DMs and stuff. But like, what are some of the features that have been added since the beginning stages of Skinscore?
Oh god damn! Okay,
There's a lot, right?
big question. Oh, yeah. Can I like stream you the Trello?
Yeah, do it.
I actually preemptively. It's a good thing I didn't like migrate everything. Right now, everything in the patch notes is what I have done before the release.
Okay.
So since the last update, which would be 2.7, so that's which I mean, if we're gonna include those, we added glove knives combo. We improved the cards since we last spoke. There's now stamps, these little icons at the top right that are randomly generated on every rating. And you've got those crazy rare stamps that have like 1 out of 1,000 chances of appearing. You've got achievements related to that will unlock name colors to customize your profile. I plan on adding more customization of profiles to that because I think that's really cool. You have obviously card trading. You have these achievements that are like highly specific to, like, for example, you got to get a 420 rating and get that specific stamp that is like a wizard. And then this achievement is called Shadow Wizard Money Gang.
Okay.
Like you got these like just kind of a culmination of a lot of things. Let me just show you the Trello.
Yeah.
Okay, I have it open 2 times. So here on the right, the patch notes. You have all of this that was like basically the release of Skinscore, all of this.
Wow.
Those are all little tasks that I set for myself and that I program. And that's all from version 2.7 to like the actual release. That's what happened in between. And
Okay.
everything here is what I have done from the beginning of the release. Like from the beginning of the release since I started working on Skinscore. So that's
Oh
everything that's
my
been done since the
god.
beginning.
It
Yeah,
just keeps going. Holy
yeah, it's
shit.
very long. And
Man.
you also can see that there are some tasks like see this is Coyote. There are some tasks that I wasn't the one who like for the most part I made them. But like you have
Wow.
some tasks that there's some other users who made them. Like there you go. So this is what I meant by I had some help. I didn't do everything, but I did mostly everything.
That's crazy, man. That's so much work. It's it
Yeah, I
it
mean,
blows my mind, man. It like I can't stop saying it. It just blows my mind.
I have a lot to do still. That's the backlog. You got issues, maybe ideas. Like that's the bugs that are known and like things that the users have suggested since the release.
Okay. Hey, well the
So
to-do list isn't that long, so that's pretty sweet.
most of them are like fucking 5 minutes fixes. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Oh,
that's like most of them are like gonna take pretty. They're gonna take like next to nothing.
beauty. I love the whole achievements aspect that you have. I think that's really unique. Like who doesn't like to do something and try to get all the achievements, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking on that, am I allowed to elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah,
Something I
absolutely.
realized.
Yeah, man. This is all about you.
Okay, so something I really realized in the middle of like working on the website, right? I realized because a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people know that I'm a software engineer, right?
Mhm.
But a lot of people don't know that I actually started studying video game development before switching to like just regular computer science.
Well, this is interesting
And
now. This is
and
interesting.
okay, and this is where it gets kind of interesting because the whole philosophy of Skinscore was making something fun, and that's really like a typical game development mentality that I had. Like, how can I make this fun? How can I make this engaging? It was more like game design than website design at that point. And
Wow.
you can really, if you look into it from like a game design perspective, you really can see that Skinscore wasn't built by someone who was like trying to build an application. It's almost like I was making a game with achievements, customization, trading, everything. Even like this, the way that skin creds work.
I mean, that's the way to do it, man. Like, you got to think like if you're making something, why should people use this site or this app or why should people play this game or something, Like the fact that you have the background with that and, you have applied that and I'd say it's safe to say that it worked.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't last long. It lasted maybe like half a year until I switched, but you can clearly see that. I mean, it still kind of marked me. I did a couple of video game competitions and shit too,
Okay.
which I mean, the reason I work where I am today is because we got like second place in a video game competition, and then like one of the main sponsor of the event reached out to me.
Wow, no
So
way. That's awesome.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, a lot of my background stems from game development.
Fucking right on, man. This video is sponsored by skinvault.gg, a trading site that makes upgrading your inventory easy. When you get to Skinvault, log in and add your trade link, and it's as easy as that. Simply select the skins from your inventory and choose what you want to trade them for. And of course, if you're looking to sell your skins instantly, Skinvault features a convenient cash out section. When you're going to cash out, make sure you use the code BIZZY to get a free $10 bonus as well as a 35% deposit bonus on top. And if you're lucky, you might find golden tickets which give you free balance. So head over to skinvault.gg by clicking the link in the description and get yourself a free $10 and a 35% deposit bonus all on me. And you're mainly a one-man show. You have a little bit of help here and there, but regardless of having the help or not, like this putting all of this together was still an incredibly large task, right? So did you ever find yourself kind of struggling with like staying on task and like, oh, I got to work on this. Oh shit, but this right here. Oh, and I got to do this too. Like, did you have trouble juggling all of this stuff or was this relatively easy, especially because you had a couple people helping you out here and there?
For the most part, since I was like mostly working on it, like since I was allowing myself to be the only one doing it, not so much. But when I mentioned that at sometimes I got some people to help,
Hmm.
Those were the times that I was like, yeah, okay, I might need some help. This is a lot, especially rewriting and like, because the Twitch bot is an application. Here's the thing about Skinscore. It's technically like 4 applications. You've got the website I use when I'm rating skins on stream. That one is like it communicates with the Twitch bot, which is another application. And these two things communicate with the API, which is like the data thing. That's everything that's data related, keeping the submissions tracked, everything. That's
Okay.
also an application. And then finally, we've got the new baby in there. We've got the website, which is the newly born baby that's like now released. So rewriting, for example, the Twitch bot required also like making tweaks to the API and the website that I use for rating submissions on stream because they're all linked. So this
Oh
is kind of
shit.
like it would kind of be an avalanche every time I would rewrite something, and in these times I would absolutely like feel overwhelmed, which is why I got help whenever I did. But on the other times, no, I didn't. It was sometimes I would get a little lazy, not work as much in a week. There's this there's 1 week slightly before release that I kind of just I don't know why, but I did a bit of VR chat and I was like VR chat uses Unity, right? And I was like, this looks cool. It's been a long time since I've used Unity. Yes, I used to use it in like uh game competitions and shit. It's an engine that I know pretty well.
Okay.
And and I was like, I want to make a world in Unity, and I did. I just did that in the middle of like working on Skinscore's release. I think it was like a month ago at this point. I spent like an entire week just not working on Skinscore, just working on that VR chat world. And it just changed the ideas a little bit, changed my mind, put my mind elsewhere. It was refreshing. So there was these times that I just kind of uh really went ahead and refresh my mind with other things, whether it be just playing games or just relaxing a little bit. Because sometimes it was not overwhelming, but it was like very demanding. Because I'd be
Hmm.
working a lot of times. I'd be working from like, well, first of all, I'd be programming at work from 8 in the morning to like fucking 4:30, and then from 4:30 to like 11 p.m. I'd be back on Skinscore, so I'd be spending like a ridiculous amount of hours
Yeah.
on the app, like over fucking 15 hours programming a day, which was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. And it's important to give yourself some downtime and kind of I feel like I don't know if you're the same way, but when I'm like too dialed into doing something, sometimes I just kind of stress myself out and I'm like, okay, you know what? This has to stop. We gotta take a break here and, revisit this in, a week or a month or something like that. I think that's super important, especially with the big project.
I, ironically, I've never done that with Skinscore because I'm the type of guy who, I don't know if it's ego. I don't know. I think it might just be ego because I refuse to like fail to do something when I'm like working on like programming. I guess it's just me trying to prove myself that I can do it. If my code doesn't work, I'm not gonna be hungry until it fucking works. I'm not gonna be tired until it works. Like I'm like all of my fucking personal needs I throw aside until I fix it. It becomes
Damn.
like my brain's priority.
Hey, I mean, at the end of the day, if it works, it works.
Yeah, no, absolutely. At the end of the day, I mean, it gotta work. Otherwise, I'm not fucking eating or sleeping. So,
So I asked this question in the first episode, but I kind of wanted to ask it again. Were there any roadblocks that you had to kind of work around developing all these new features, or was it kind of relatively easy due to your background?
that's a good question. So and many of these features I had to there were some roadblocks, especially in the website. Every now and like the database, I'd say the database was the most complicated one because sometimes I was programming features and I would program things and set them up a certain way, and then I'd kind of keep going, and then I would hit a wall because I programmed it that way, not thinking that it will have to be a different way later on for another thing to work with this. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, yeah, okay. It's like a
So,
domino effect, sort of.
exactly. And it happened quite a few times while developing the website. And it would kind of like annoy me a little bit because then I have to like paddle back and just rework something I had already done. And then this would fucking break other things they were
Jeez.
connected to this. And then I'd be like, oh fucking come on, man, this worked before. And then
Ugh.
it would be hella fucking annoying. Especially like during the the last 2 months when I was working on the website. But apart from that, like, I wouldn't say that I really hit a wall before that, because I didn't really have the challenge of like making a thing that would be accessible to everyone. I guess that was like the greatest challenge I've had to deal with, and the biggest roadblock I have met, I got help from Coyote. It was getting a SSL certificate, because I had never actually deployed something online before Skinscore. That was the first for me. And
Oh,
getting
for
the
real?
firewalls to work, yeah, everything, the security and all of that. I had never done that. That was a big thing for me.
Damn.
And
Okay.
I like when I released the website for the closed beta, I couldn't get it to fucking work, and I think I spent like I'm not even kidding, like 12 hours in one day, and I just couldn't make any progress. It just wasn't
Oh.
working, and then I ended up Coyote basically worked in networking. It's Coyote I know IRL. He's
Oh, okay.
one of my mods, and I actually went to school with him. So uh, he's been working in networking. I was like, dude, can you help me get that certificate working? I can't fucking take it anymore. This is bullshit. And then I was obviously pretty pissed off. And the dude, I give him his accesses so that he can log in on the server. I shit you not, the dude, 30 minutes, it's over. It's
Oh my
finished.
god.
And I was like, bro, what the fuck? I should have just called you like 8 hours ago.
Dude, and like 12 hours of dealing with that, like, are you throwing like, you gotta be pissed. Like, why isn't this working? I could not even imagine.
I'm not throwing shit, but I mean, for me, it's just I start kind of laughing. I start going a little crazy. I start
Yeah.
going cray cray, like losing my sanity and just being like, instead of being pissed, I just start laughing. Of course, it doesn't fucking work. Of course, and then it's just like it's obviously from frustration. Like it's generally just going fucking crazy. I mean, like this is just like it's not even anger at that point. It's just you've accepted it and you're just kind of like still annoyed as shit. You know what I mean?
Am I becoming psychotic?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you who wouldn't when like every time everything you search up online tells you to do one thing, but it doesn't work, and then you go on 20 different websites doing 20 different things, and yet out of the fucking 8 hours you spent, none of these 20 things you found that were supposed to be the solution don't work.
Oh my god, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean it's what being a software engineer really is. I'm not gonna lie. That's you have to be able to like keep your cool with that because it happens a lot.
Yeah, it comes with the territory, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of the downsides, I'd say, but it's also like, I mean, you're solving puzzles, and the feeling it gives you when you solve it, it's really, really satisfying.
Yeah, for sure. And I noticed, I wanted to touch on this too. I noticed that you have a few different ways for people that, if they like what you're doing, they like Skin Score, they like the Bob Calvery streams, they can support that by, visiting your website and purchasing merchandise. Obviously, you have the Twitch chat, people can sub there, and obviously this all at the end of the day goes back to you and gets put back into Skin Score, I'm sure, helps you keep things going. So I kind of wanted to have you, tell the people a bit more about how they can support you and, keep Skin Score going.
So okay, this one is, I mean, obviously there's Twitch. A lot of people think that I wanna, I wanna clear that up immediately. So there's merch. I'm gonna start with that. There is merch and has been merch for Skinscore for a little bit, and that's just for swag. It's just cool. I am selling the merch at almost the minimum amount of price I can fucking sell it for. So I make like $2 per sale, which is
Okay.
not like it's just it's for the extra swag points. You're gonna wear like a skin score shirt. That's cool.
Sure.
You get the
Okay.
like you got the rep skin score, and that's the whole fucking reason I made merch. It's kind of cool, and that's it. It ends there for merch because it's really not like it's not a good way to support skin score. And all the money I've made from the merch so far, I respent it in gifting merch to like chatters and shit. Just like
Okay.
yesterday. Just yesterday I was out of my own pocket. I bought merch in the chat, and I, to celebrate the release of Skin Score. I just paid and gifted some merch. That's the type of money that I would just reuse from the merch to give back to the merch. And yeah, obviously that's because it's really not profitable at all. I've got Twitch. The money I get from the paychecks on Twitch goes to support Skin Scores at that point. I've opened a bank account for Skin Score so that all the money of Skin Score would stay in there,
Okay.
and I could like use it for giveaways, for advertisement, for I mean everything, the expenses of like the servers, because I mean there's a cost associated to like running the website now,
Oh, for sure. And your
and
time of all things is going into it. A
Yeah, but
lot
I'm
of
not
it.
really like I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I don't feel like the money should necessarily like I have okay, I there is this moment where I admitted to chat that I used $20 from my Twitch paycheck to buy the Tsune Miku skin from Fortnite. This is like a notorious moment in the skin score history. But
Okay.
apart from that, like I don't really tend to use the money all that much, because I don't know. It feels like it belongs to Skinscore. And I'm not saying like in the future this will still be the case. Maybe like because Skinscore has the chances of getting incredibly big.
For
So at
sure.
that point, maybe. But yeah, no. And finally, the most effective way to support Skinscore is to subscribe on the website, which also gives you access to offline submissions. So anyone on the website who subscribes, so there's the subscriber, the regular. Should I stream? Should I show you?
Yeah, yeah, go for it, man.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'll do that.
Let the people know how they can directly support Skin Score all day long. It's important.
Okay, yeah. Skin Score has this these submissions so on the website, which is why it's cool, right? The website you can get like things submitted here in submissions. Now, you can make a submission here with your inspec link. You decide combo or agent, and then like I'll give a demonstration just so that I can then show what the subscription is for. All right, we'll take the op dog shit that I crafted yesterday.
I saw that tweet that made me laugh out loud this morning.
So essentially, you enter the link. It's going to show that, and it's going to use a skin thread. I had 17. Now I have 16. And what this does is that see, this is users that use skin thread to submit things. So I'm going to have to rate those.
Okay.
And now the skin creds, that's what I have to talk about with the subscriptions. You can either get them by trading with people. In a trade offer, you can trade skin creds, which means you can like use skin creds to basically you can use free submissions to get a card. So you could tell that person, I'm gonna give you the chance of submitting 2 submissions to get your card has a legendary stem. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay. And
And
you're
these skin creds come from subscribers. So there's the $3.99 a month, and there's the $9.99 a month.
which is pretty fair pricing if you ask me. A lot of subscriptions these days are not cheap. I feel like that's pretty fair.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't want to like make it a fucking crazy amount, especially since I wanted to be as accessible to people. Initially, the vision was that it would be free. People would be able to get like free submissions, but then I realized people would be able to make like unlimited Twitch accounts and then just abuse the fact that subscriptions are free.
Uh-huh.
Submissions are free. So that's why. And obviously, like yeah, the skin spreads you get per month from the time you subscribe. So say you subscribe today, then the next time that Skin Score gets money from you, then you get more skin spreads.
Okay, okay. And I see at the bottom there, powered by cs2inspects.com. Shout out my boy Epidemic.
Epidemic fix ends.
Oh my god. He's never gonna hear the end of that.
And also, no, yo, shout out Epidemic. Yeah, that's that was the agreement I had with him, so that he would give me access, by the way, for free to his API on CS2's Inspect. So you saw earlier how the submission I inputted an inspect link. That's Epidemic returning that image and skins data. So if it
Okay.
wasn't for their API, I mean, Skinscore would definitely not have all of these features. So shout out Epidemic. I might blame him for everything on my stream. That might be a meme, but no, he is really a goat for granting me these accesses.
I love seeing, individuals doing cool things within the CS community, but I love it even more seeing, people working together, I love it. I think it's
Yeah,
awesome. And it makes sense overall too. Like it makes so much sense.
it's the best way to elevate the community.
Yeah, absolutely. And we kind of talked a little bit about it at the beginning here. You've been in the scene for just over a year now, and like we were saying as well, you see a lot of love and a lot of support, which is really well deserved and really awesome. When you look back to a year ago and then you look at your situation now, like how does it make you feel like to see all of the people in the chat showing love and the subscriptions coming in on the site and just just do you soak all that in? Like, does this hit you a certain way?
I feel like I don't deserve any of it. To me, like
No, that's crazy. That's
yeah, I don't
crazy.
feel like I don't feel like I'm special. I just had this knowledge, and I use that knowledge to make a little side project. Because I needed something to do in my free time, because that's just how I am. And that was Skinscore. Was as crazy as that. Skinscore is the only project I have done that people really took an interest in. And it's still fucking crazy to me that people. I mean, I understand why, because I definitely like am doing something unique, but it's still crazy to me that it got that big so fast. Because even looking like back a year ago, I mean, shit, I was growing so fast.
Oh yeah, big time.
So like, it's crazy. I still don't get it. I still don't get it. It's fucking crazy to me. And I mean, shit, I owe it all to the people, and not. I feel like I got lucky, if anything.
I mean, at the end of the day, like you're providing a service to the community, and at the end of the day, the service it works, it looks good, and it's fun. You've checked off all the boxes, and you deserve all of the love you get for that because one, who else is doing it, and two, you executed it perfectly. And this is
I,
still the beginning.
yeah.
Like this is the beginning of the official release. Like the road is far from over. Like
No, that's true. That's true. It is pretty fucking like we're still early there.
Like this is, I'm sure, not a short-term project. You don't put all this work in just to be done in a year. This is
No,
going to carry
absolutely
on
not.
for a
Yeah,
long time.
I didn't put a year in to just be done after a year. I guess. Nah, that's yeah, that absolutely not. I've got to keep working on that.
I think as long as skins are around, which is also a far from over. I don't think skins are going anywhere anytime soon, obviously, but skin score will be a thing so long as skins are in CS. So I think you'll be around for a long time. And I've said it a few times already. I'm glazing. I don't know, but I just think it's amazing seeing all of this happening, and you've done it in such a cool way.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I mean, I sure hope that that Skinscore lives that long. I mean, it has to retain public interest for that, but I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't know where we're going. This is like we are really in like unknown territories right now, uncharted lands.
Does that kind of make things a little more fun? Like you can't predict the future with something like this, like anything related to skins and that whole aspect. Like you can't really predict what's gonna happen with it. Does that scare you or make you worried a little bit, or does that just make you want to go, okay, let's fucking see as much as we can do and push this to the limits?
I think at times it's mostly scary because you don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. And like for example, if Val was to release like a big update that for example, would change the way crafts work, then I have to update skin score as well, and that means that the website's going down for a long time, and that I have a lot of work on my plate. Like, it's that uncertainty. You know what I mean? Like a new case, super easy to deal with. It's super good for me because I get to look at new things, but it can be like a double-edged sword. It can be very fucking dangerous for me.
Yeah, and Valve is mysterious as hell. So let's hope any updates that come out don't affect negatively toward what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's just hope.
And in the past year of all your hard work and efforts, like, would you say this journey so far has taught you anything, whether it be about yourself, your work ethic, or just about the CS community as a whole?
Yeah, I learned a lot. Absolutely. I mean, I've done better at coding, that's for sure. I've learned so much. I mean, I released a website. I didn't know how this would work. I didn't know what the pricings would be like. There's just so much I learned. And I mean, now I gotta do marketing. I gotta do marketing, and I gotta do fucking CEO stuff because Skinscore is out and now it's real. So I mean, I've got so much more to learn. And just looking back at my early streams too, like about Counter Strike, if we're to look at like what I learned from Counter Strike, bro, I was dog shit at rating crafts. I didn't know what a good craft was. Like if you were to look at early versions of Skinscore, I had seen very few crafts in my life. It was all brand new to me. I didn't know that much about patterns. I mean, I knew a decent amount about skins, but I was just an investor a trader turned investor back then, so I didn't know all that much. And now it's just I know about patterns, I know about stickers. You ask me a skin, I can immediately tell you what stickers would look good without even fucking seeing it in game. It's gotten to a point where I've literally rated so many crafts that I look at my former self and I'm like, oh my God, I knew so little.
Hey, but that's with anything, you know, that anybody does. Like I could say the same thing about, you know, we were talking about it last night. When I go and listen to like an early podcast, I listen to myself, I'm just like, oh my God, like I didn't even know what the like I knew what I was talking about, but like I just couldn't talk. Like it's that's just the whole part of the journey, man. You know, you're not gonna be perfect at everything you do right off the bat. You know, it's the whole point of building yourself along with whatever you're doing.
Absolutely, man. I mean, you can really, I mean, for you and for me, we can really see like our own growth just looking at the, the past content.
Yeah, exactly,
And
man.
let me just say, 8 months, it's fucking crazy, don't you? Like, it's been just 8 months, but it feels like it was forever ago too. Do you realize that?
No, it definitely does, man. Like right now in the present moment of being in this call, it definitely feels like we were just talking, doing the first podcast, like, you know, maybe a couple months ago. But then when
Oh
I
yeah.
like take a step back and I'm like, holy shit, he was episode what, 9? And now this is going to be episode 44. I'm just like, wow, wait, what? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's crazy. Putting it like that. 44, man. Congrats, by the way. That's
Hey,
that's a
thank you, man.
massive number.
And I'm glad to have, you know, I always love to touch base with people that we've had on, you know, many moons ago and have them come back and kind of catch up. And, you know, I think it's important and it's just cool. It's cool. And you're Canadian too, man. Us Canadians, we got to stick
Hell yeah,
together, man.
hell yeah. Hey, are you thinking of bringing doo back?
Dude, man, I hope someone clips this shit and sends it to him, bro. We've been trying. I've had my questions. I'm looking at them right here. It's been done since November 19th. Been trying to get my boy to come through, man, but man, I got to keep it moving too. I can't slow down, man. I haven't missed a Friday yet and I don't want to. So we got to always keep moving forward. I love my boy Doo-Wop and I'd love to have him on. He said that he wanted to come back on. You know, everybody's got a different schedule and different things that they're doing. So I don't like to press too hard on people, but Doo-Wop, let's get your ass back on, man. People keep asking me, man. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Hell yeah.
But dude, like, thank you so much for your time, man. You know, I was really excited to do this, and I know we talked. I think I want to say it was maybe around Christmas time on doing this. So now that Skinscore's officially out, and you know we're actually here doing this, it's really cool to talk about it and hear about everything that's changed. And of course, you're always welcome to come back on in the future if there's anything else that develops with Skinscore that you want to talk about, upcoming features, updates, all that type of stuff. Bob Calvery is always welcome back on the podcast.
Hey man, I appreciate that. Who knows? Maybe we'll fucking meet at episode 96 when Skinscore season 7 releases. Like,
Screw that. Let's meet up at the major. Did you get your tickets?
oh, absolutely. Yeah, I just
Hell
need to
yeah.
get the plane tickets now.
There we go, man. We'll catch you at the major for sure. Oh, I'll have to
Hell
bring you a
yeah.
halftime hoodie or something.
I need to bring you some Skinscore merch then. Like,
Hell yeah. Fuck a
make
trade
that a
link, man.
fucking
We do these
deal.
transactions in
Yeah.
person.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I wanted to give you, this is how I do it on the end of every episode, and we did it on the first one too. I give the Biz Evans treatment, your 1 minute of fame, or whatever you want to say to the guests listening, anything at all. Now's your time to shine, baby.
I don't know what to say. Hold on. I want to give a shout out to Pilot for making the YouTube video I released today. He edited that for a long time. And I want to give a shout out to all the people who supported Skinscore. Seriously, like this is fucking crazy to me that it's even gotten that big. It just started off from me kind of being angry that one streamer I'd taken like 8 hours to come up with a craft because I wasn't that good back then. It took me a long time, and it was very kind of angry that that person just looked at it for 3 seconds and went W, and then moved on to something else. Like literally nothing constructive, and that just pissed me off to the core. And that's how Skinscore was born. Like it's crazy. It's crazy because we're here now, and it started just from me like. From that one streamer just saying W. So thank you everyone for like taking an interest. It's nuts. It's fucking nuts. And I mean I would love to say the name of every single of the viewers, but like god damn. Like there's so many. There's so many. And it's nuts.
All right, guys, there you have it, man. Bob Calvery and Skinscore. It's the Romeo and Juliet from the ground up. He built it. Got a little bit of help here and there, and I don't want to exclude them because they're important to this as well. But this is mainly the Bob Calvery show. I mean, he put this all together. He's like, Scarface, who put this all together, man? Me, that's who. That's Bob Calvery right now. Anyways, man, incredible, man. My fellow Canadian brother, awesome dude. You know, I tapped into his stream on the night that Skinscore released it. It was a fucking club in there. It was crazy, dude. The hype was unreal. He was popping bottles and sipping seltzers, and all types of shit was going on, man. Chat was booming. It was crazy, man. So he's developed a real cool thing here, and you know, his audience is super into it. Very awesome stuff. Go show this man some love. His links are in the description right under mine. Show me some love too if you don't mind while you're at it. You know, the subscriptions to this YouTube channel help me out a lot, and liking and commenting on the video to help get in the algorithm means a lot too. If you guys didn't catch it in the beginning, every Friday we have an episode coming out. Next week we have Anders coming out, but for the time being we're gonna sign off. So thank you all for watching. Much love. Until next time, everybody.